Welcome to Garden Chatter, where we connect gardeners, bloggers, and experts so that we can all grow and learn together. Today we have a special show. We are going live to Little Rock, and there is the Garden to Blog conference going on. And so my co-host, Bren Haas, is at the conference. So we're going to check in with her and learn about the conference. So, Bren, how are you doing over there?
Oh boy, I'll tell you what, I'm exhausted. We got to see Little Rock in a day. It's awesome.
Very good.
So we're having a great time. This is the 5th year reunion, and oh boy, I forget how many bloggers there are here, but we're just all the energy and just hearing from all the different writers, and it's just so much fun. So I'm glad to have Mary Ellen here with us.
Hi, Mary Ellen. Welcome to our show. How are you? I don't know if she heard me. All right. Well, so Brent, tell us a little bit about, like, how long is the conference, or maybe a few details. So it's in Little Rock.
Sure. So the Garden to Blog is an event that P. Allen Smith puts on. He's been doing this for 5 years now. We come to Little Rock and we get to enjoy the wonderful Southern food, local food, and we get to learn more about gardening from not only from Alan, but from the various bloggers that he brings in from around the country. So yeah, it's a great time. So this year's special. It's the 5th year. I was actually part of the first Garden to Blog, and then the 2nd year. So it's really neat to see the new people and how much it's grown, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So there's about, what is it, 20 or something bloggers there? I mean, there's quite a good group, right?
Yeah, we got a cheat sheet earlier today. I actually tweeted it because it had everybody's, their Twitter handles. They're very organized. It's awesome. They're using the hashtag and all that. So I want to say there's like 35 different bloggers, and you've got sustainable growing, vegetable gardeners, foodies, container gardeners. Boy, where do I start? Let's see.
Sounds like a lot. Well, what was kind of the format? So was it just one day, or was it the whole, how many days is it? How long is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so for the past 5 years, this has been going on for 2 days. We come, a group of the bloggers, we come down to Little Rock, which is beautiful. It's so easy to get around in Little Rock, and the Southern hospitality. They're just amazing people down here. They mix it up each year, but primarily we go to Moss Mountain, which is P. Allen Smith's home. Well, it's home and garden and barns and chickens, and it's pretty cool. So, in fact, I was kind of disappointed this year because the first year I was here, and the 2nd year we actually got to get down in the dirt and help plant.
Cool.
We got to do some gardening when we were here. Yeah, but this year we're pretty much, it's 3 years, how much things have grown. The rose gardens are totally spectacular this year. And so you can follow the hashtag G2B, and you'll see all the different images. Most of these bloggers are on Twitter. A lot of them are Facebook, so if you put that same hashtag in, you'll be able to see just beautiful images and interviews from all of them.
Cool. Hey, Bren, could you repeat that hashtag? You broke up just a little bit right in the middle of it. I didn't quite catch it.
Oh, sure. I'm sorry. It's G2B15.
G2B15. Yeah.
Did you get it?
Awesome.
Right.
So is there a bunch of, like, are each blogger teaching like a little course or a class, or are you attending different little courses, or how's it go?
No, I mean, okay, so today we started our adventure out over at Moss Mountain, And so we got to see what was new in the home, and the gardens especially. So I guess the fun thing as a blogger or communicator myself, it's neat getting to meet most of these, the bloggers and writers face to face, and just forming a relationship with them, because we all have different niches. We've got the Rose Chat group is here, so I made sure when we walked through the rose gardens, I was with them.
Good thinking.
Yeah. It was awesome. And then we also got to go to, in Little Rock, we went to the Capitol, and because Alan did quite a bit of the designing at the garden there. And then we also got to see today, Little Rock has a huge, it's a, beautify the city type thing that's going on. And they're putting this really neat, sustainable, kind of like a, boy, it's just, I don't know what like a medium in the middle of the road. And what they've got there is they've kind of, mimicked what nature does to kind of filter the rainwater. So when the water goes out to the Mississippi, it cleans it,
So does it
you'll
go?
have to, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, is it like, water running off the road, it gets filtered out
Yeah,
before
through
it
rocks.
enters
Yeah,
the
it
streams
goes
or
through
rivers?
rocks and all kinds of neat things. And they're using different plants to cool things down. Because things get kind of hot in the city. So they're basically building up the green and new trees and things. So I know I'm really tired. It's been a long day, but everybody will be blogging about the details on these, this garden design that they're doing in the city. Yeah.
Mary Ellen, can you hear me?
I see her puppy on there.
Well, yeah, I don't know if our audio is a little bit off, so
She stepped outside here.
yeah, she was out there. I heard all the house sparrows cheeping and cheeping, so maybe she's not getting our audio. Well, we'll continue on. So one of the things that I saw about this conference was that it was kind of connecting the sponsors and the bloggers and talking about new trends in gardening. Any new trends or anything that you guys talked about that came up?
Well, today we didn't. So tomorrow, there's 2 days. We're in the first day. Tomorrow, we're actually hearing from all the different sponsors. Like say, Bonnie Plants is here, First Nature, Crescent. I think they're garden containers. So what they'll do tomorrow is they'll have little workshops for all of us, where you'll learn about their product and you learn different gardening, tips and things from them. So today we heard, and I'm trying to think of the gentleman's name. He's actually he's from a university, and he spoke to us about the weather and global warming, and well, more so how the weather patterns work. And it was really interesting. I'm sorry, I don't have his stats with me. About the guest speaker that we heard from today, his name's James J. Garris, I think is how you pronounce his name. So he basically, trying to find his credentials. I'm really bad about that, but we had a great time learning from him about El Nino and how that affects, For instance, I asked him about how we are having record highs in Ohio. And so basically he gave me some tips as from a weather meteorologist point of view. You might want to consider drip irrigation, things like that. So it was pretty cool to have him there. But yeah, the slideshows were just kind of flying through.
Yeah, I could actually try it again because it kind of just automatically scrolls through and then.
Yeah, that's okay. So the chickens, when you start those out, that was a neat little greeting when we got to Moss Mountain, out of the city, out into the country there, and that's a home that P. Allen Smith built. I believe it's featured on his PBS shows, perhaps. But the chickens were just walking around like we were. You know,
Yeah, let me go back to the
fun.
let me go back to those chickens now,
Okay.
and then we can go through at a good pace here.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, there they
um,
are. Okay. So yeah, those are some of his girls. He has quite a few chickens here at Moss Mountain. Yeah, so they literally they were just walking around, and so there I kind of cheated on that last picture. There was actually a professional selfie going on from the photographer that was there, and I kind of just took my phone and put it up and got everybody too. There were a few of them, right?
on this one right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about
Yeah.
that because
Oh,
I
there.
noticed that you were right there, but only half your face.
Yeah. I kind of just stuck my camera out there and took advantage of everyone being behind me. But okay, so now that's P. Allen. He actually has a home in town. It's his first home. Now that home that's featured there, he bought that home for $1, and he totally restored it. And the landscape there at the home, different rooms to the garden. It's pretty cool to see. And like I said, if you want to get online, if you want to get on Facebook or Twitter, you just put in the hashtag G2B50 and you'll see all the great photos and tweets. So now right here you're showing Chris Van Cleve and Teresa Brighton. They are the administrators and creator of Rose Chat, which is a podcast. And it's when we were in the rose garden. So I learned a lot today about all the different roses.
Sounds good. You
It's
broke
fun.
up there just for a little bit, but so they do rose chat. Cool. And then
Okay.
looks like more roses.
Yes. There it is. Oh yeah, that's just some of now
Okay,
that's
so
at
this
Moss
is
Mountain. Yeah. I seem okay, now we're back to his home in town. That's a little vegetable garden that he has there at his in-town home. It's very adorable. I mean, and it's so easy. Anybody can grow like that with the raised beds. Real simple to take care of. He's got some lettuces in there, and there's a little fig tree growing in there, and a pomegranate. I actually tweeted earlier one of the fruits because I wasn't quite sure what it was myself. We don't have those in Ohio.
oh,
It was kind of fun. Yeah.
this must be the same garden, different view here.
Yeah, oh, I just love that garden. It's just such a cozy little vegetable garden. Veggies and herbs. Quite a few of the vegetables in there are from Bonnie Plants. They're one of the sponsors for the event. Mm-hmm.
Cool. And then after all this, you had some live music. Looks like fun.
That is going on upstairs. I am actually downstairs at the farmer's market here in Little Rock. And I love coming to this event just because, I'm not only a gardener, I love, the food, and I love, vegetable gardening and the music. He always has local bands, so it's pretty cool. It's a little loud up there.
Yeah. And looks like a dinner to get some more
Yes. Oh man.
mingling
Yeah. See,
time.
now I'm missing out on some country fried chicken up there right now. So I really love you guys. But we had some. Oh, what do you have? Oh, he has kohlrabi, just sliced up, and some pickled okra sitting out as an appetizer. Everything on the dinner plate tonight is all grown locally. It's pretty cool. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Oh,
Very
now
cool.
I see Mary Ellen. Can you hear us?
Wonder if she muted herself because I know that there was
Um,
some noise there, but well, that's not going to be much fun if we can't say hi to her.
no, darn it. Um, Here, maybe. Is there some way you can put me on mute for a minute?
Put you on mute?
Yeah, can you block me out for a minute?
Um,
No?
Possibly. Why
Okay,
do
wait,
I want to mute you?
well, there's a gentleman here from Little Rock, but hold on, here she is. We can't hear you. Okay, how about this? What if I unplug my microphone and we'll see her here?
That
Is
sounds
that
great.
okay? All right. So
Absolutely. Let's give it a try.
if you lose me, just hold on, and I
Okay.
will mine. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, so he can hear us. Okay. All right. Here we are. We see your puppy on there. Very cute, actually. Okay.
My Puro Mallow.
Yeah, no, that's cute. Okay, so slide on over here, girl. Oh, and you can help me out. What is his credentials? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay.
He said,
Is he a meteorologist?
I thought he was a climatologist.
Oh, okay. Climatologist.
A climatologist, yeah.
Learned a lot from him, though.
Yeah, he had some very good information. I think the thing that stuck with me is that our climate change is not linear. It ebbs and flows. And I felt like maybe he leaned a little bit more towards the side of, even though he said he was impartial, he seemed to me to lean a little bit more towards the side that it's less of a, climate change is less about human product and more about nature. But he had some good thoughts.
Yeah. And so really compared to years past, now I was part of the 11 and 12, and so we didn't really have guest speakers like that, right? I mean, we did in the first 2 years. You've really evolved.
We've evolved.
Yeah.
The guest speakers initially were more about social media,
right,
and about blogging and search engine optimization. And this is the first year that we've actually had somebody that was able to speak to something that applies to what we're really doing.
right.
Yeah. So Mary Ellen, what is your role in all this? Can you just tell a little bit about what you do?
Well, I've worked with Alan for about 20 years, maybe 20 plus years. I started with him when he owned a nursery, and my job has kind of evolved as his company has evolved. And now what I do is I'm his digital manager, so I manage his everything online except for his new e-commerce, which a guy named Mike Mueller does.
Oh, cool. That's probably been fun watching all that evolve over time, as you've been in it for a long time then. Very cool.
Yeah. So I kind of fumbled a little bit. I can't remember how many bloggers are there here. We had some weather issues. A couple didn't get to come.
Right.
But altogether, how many do you remember?
I think there's 38 that confirmed coming, but then we had a couple that couldn't make it for various reasons, including the weather. So I'm going to guess there's probably 34, 32. Yeah.
It was kind of fun today. They did something different on the bus. They had us pair up with the person we were sitting next to, and we got to interview them. And then, we interviewed each other, which you'll be able to hear on PLN. Does he have the radio show?
Alan's got a radio show, and you'll be able to hear that. And then we're also, what I asked the production guys to do is to break out each interview, and then I'll post them online so you can hear them. Even you can hear them outside of the radio show.
It was pretty fun. I got to sit next to a new young boy, Farmer Tyler.
Yes.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's so excited about growing vegetables.
Oh, that's great.
See someone in their 20s really excited about growing vegetables. Yeah.
He's got a cute little dance too. He'll go like this. He's all excited about vegetables. Sorry.
Yeah, I think I saw his picture on the Facebook page. Cool.
Yeah, I've been stalking him the last 2 days.
So I was kind of curious a little bit about the mission of this whole conference. Like maybe Mary Ellen, you can add a little bit to that. But what's sort of the goal, or is there an overarching mission to get all these bloggers together? What's the?
It's really about, we started it because, 5 years, it's hard to believe that the digital world has changed so much in 5 years, but it really has. And so we started it 5 years ago to, you know, at that time, in the blogger sphere, there was a lot of, you know, mommy bloggers and a lot of, you know, design bloggers and food bloggers, and then there were garden bloggers, and we thought, you know, we need to get in touch with our garden bloggers. Yeah. And so initially the first garden blog was just about getting in touch with people who are doing garden blogging and connecting them with some of Alan's sponsors. And what's evolved over the past 5 years is that the people that have, you know, started out as garden bloggers have turned into, you know, they write books, and they, you know, do garden chat. Yeah. You know, it's like a whole industry that's really blossomed in the past 5 years. Yeah. And the other thing that's been interesting to watch is that, you know, 5 years ago, everybody was connected online, like through garden chat. Everybody kind of knew each other. And in the past 5 years, I've watched people make, you know, real relationships and real connections, whether it's coming to garden blog, or if it's going to a flower show, or it's, you know, some blogger conference. It's, you know, it's a really solid group of people. And yeah. I would, you know, the mission I think we've come to is to, you know, connect with that solid group of people and to, you know, hear what's going on out there. Because we're just, you know, we're one area of the country, and the people that convene here are from everywhere. So it's really beneficial for us, is, you know.
I wonder who came the farthest. Do you know offhand? Who would that be, maybe? There's a Canadian here. That's pretty far.
Yeah, there's a Canadian. I think he's a sponsor.
He's a sponsor. Yeah. Okay, that doesn't count.
I'm going to say that Maine.
Maine. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Although
Container Gardeners.
Yeah, Carrie. Well, yeah, Carrie Michaels is from Maine, and Carrie Stokes is from California. Yeah. So she might be far as well. Yeah. So either
Is Linda Lee there?
Say again?
Is Linda Lee there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's California.
She's a LA area, so that's pretty far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Alan kind of said it good this afternoon before we had lunch. He spoke, and he basically, you know, it was just so warm because he just basically said, you know, it's so important for us all to work together as gardeners and support one another and keep sharing that message. So it's kind of like a couple of days of cheerleader.
Yeah.
I don't know how, you know.
Reminding ourselves that we need to be, you know, out there.
Yeah, yeah. Working together and sharing the message.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds good. I've, you know, through Garden Chatter and such, met, you know, a lot of garden bloggers, and I would actually love to go to a live event and meet them in person, so that would be really fun.
Yeah. Well, we have to get Adam on the list.
Yes, I know. Ran way until late.
I know.
Sorry. To let us know about you.
I'm sorry.
That's quite all right. Well, I'm just kind of been getting started. I'm about 1 year in now on this adventure. So, I mean, I've been gardening for a long time, but as far as blogging and that, so.
And where are you located?
I'm in Southern Oregon, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right on the I-5, Interstate 5 corridor, about as far south as you can go without going into California. So.
You've got like excellent gardening conditions.
Yeah, we do. We have a long growing season, definitely hot summers, but fairly mild winters. I mean, you know, might get down in the teens, but not too bad.
So I have an idea. Maybe Alan should come up to Oregon.
Yes.
And I saw on one of the Facebook messages there, Dan Hines, you know, he's a big breeder. He was disappointed he didn't get to come.
Yeah.
So maybe you could make like a tour and go to Adam's garden.
That's right. If you come in here, we'll send Alan up there to you. Yeah.
Well, if he's coming this way, love to meet him. So what's on tap for tomorrow? You kind of brushed on that a little bit, but what's What's it look like tomorrow?
Oh, tomorrow.
So today we do all the, the tours, and I don't know how much Bryn talked about what we did today, but
I'm tired.
today was more about seeing, and then tomorrow it'll be more of a learning thing where all of our sponsors and our partners, not all of them, but a select group of our partners will have 45-minute workshops where they will try to, in a fun way, in an engaging way, not so much a lecture, but an engaging way, talk about their product and the innovations that they're making and what, just to kind of educate what they're doing. And so it'll be a full day of that, and then I'm excited this year because we're doing a field to flower dinner with American Grown, and they have what they're working on, a slow flower movement where it's obviously flowers grown in the United States, and they've sent out a bunch of flowers to us, and we're going to set tables up in the terrace garden and have dinner out there. And apparently they do this in various places around the country to just kind of celebrate the American grown flower.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun. I actually sat across the table from, what is their rep's name? Do you remember? I can't remember. Oh, darn it. I forget his name too, but I actually learned a lot. And
Casey?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's later
Yeah.
here. Okay. Anyways, it's just really, my main question for him was, well, how can we as bloggers help you get that message out about, buying local and getting more American grown flowers? Because, I know in my area of Ohio, I find, well, we've had that where you've asked me, Adam, what flowers are those? And I'm kind of embarrassed, locally ours are from Ecuador or so on. So, I'm hoping the garden writers and bloggers can kind of help, how can we help, and get.
It's a perfect fit.
So that's kind of like what goes on here. It's neat to have the sponsors here where we can figure out how we can help you. We can learn about their new products, and that helps us grow better too, knowing what's new. So Alan and you guys do a great job putting that together.
And all the credit goes to Alan and Mimi and a girl named Brandy. The three of them really, get this organized and get this put together. And then, of course, there's a huge amount of people that do the work to make it happen, but the three of them really put it together.
Got a fun team. A lot of family, too. I notice I always like that. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, maybe sometime I'll be able to go. That would be a lot of fun. Mentioning slow flowers, that made me think of Deborah Prinzing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because she wrote the book Slow Flowers, and that's very much her focus. So.
Yeah.
Well, anything else to add before we wrap it up?
Well, you know what? Can you say something about the heifer place?
Yes.
That was so cool.
So today we visited the campus of Heifer International, and it's an organization that it started out where they would donate a cow to a family, and then when the family would take the cow and care for it, and then when the cow had a heifer, the family would give that heifer to another family. So the idea is this kind of the gift that keeps on giving.
Right.
So it's blossomed into a huge international organization where they're teaching people sustainable agriculture. They're sending cows and chickens and honeybee hives.
You said even seeds. So you do
seeds to families in need, and then those families will pass on whatever they can to someone else in their village. And it's pretty phenomenal that it's here in Little Rock.
Yeah, there's cool.
There's some real, Little Rock's kind of the a hidden gem. There's some really phenomenal stuff that is going on, that's been going on for a long time, like heifer.
So
That's
it's
really
neat.
cool. So does that program, did you say it's international or is it?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So I think she was saying today that it started out before World War II, and there was a guy that was wanting to send cows to Spain
Wow.
because of the Franco
Yeah.
War.
I'm just imagining a
Yeah.
cow on the airplane to Spain.
Yes.
Sorry. It's been a long day.
And then World War II broke out, and they weren't able to do it. And then, but from there, they kind of grew it into what it is now. And so they've got stuff they do in Africa and South America, and just wherever there's poverty and the need for help in that manner.
That's really cool. Do they do much work in the United States or is it pretty much all international? Do you know?
She was talking about it that they have a U.S. branch too. That I think I heard her say that it started out as going to places like Africa and South America, but they've also developed a branch in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very cool. So
So
you went and toured the sort of the headquarters, the
yes,
Yeah.
so
Heifer.
they've got this really nice LEED certified building, and then they've got what they call the Heifer Village, which kind of showcases what they've got going on in other countries. And then there's actually a heifer farm that's out of town. I'm not sure where out of town, and that's where people actually learn how to raise vegetables and do chickens and whatnot, and then they can go out and teach other people. It's a pretty neat job, and everybody wants a job at Heifer. That's like the golden job.
I want a job there. They have the garden out front is sustainable, and I mean even the water runs off the roof, and it's just all used again.
They took a basically a barren urban lot that was I can't remember what she called it, a brown something.
I'm fried.
It's been a long day.
It's been a really long day.
But I remember growing up that it was just a barren field by the train tracks.
Yeah.
And they've turned it into a really beautiful campus with a lot of sustainable gardening, and it's a real asset.
Oh, that sounds super cool. Good stuff. I'm gonna have to go visit Little Rock. All these places I need to go now.
Come on down. They're great people. You're a native here.
Yes, I'm
you grew up in Little Rock, and they're all so friendly. The mayor. We had the mayor speak to us today.
We had the mayor.
Look at all we did today. That's why I'm like,
Wow.
what's my name?
We had the mayor speak to us. We went to the art center.
Yeah, and it's not like they came to us. No. We got on a bus, and we went, how many stops? We had like 6 stops today, maybe, and then a trolley, and walking, and oh my word.
Yeah, but we love outer-towners here, so definitely come visit. Yeah.
Very good. Well, Bren, so you're going to be super busy tomorrow, and again, you'll probably be tweeting, and where can we should be following you tomorrow?
Yes, well, you can follow the whole event once again with the hashtag G2B15. Did you get it?
Yep. G2B.
And actually, everybody's doing pretty good at retweeting and tweeting this year. It's really changed a lot.
It has.
Even since 2011, I think there were maybe 10 people tweeting. Now it's like
there's a lot of social media action going on. So it's exciting.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, Mary Ellen, thanks for joining us. It's great to meet you and see what's going on there.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
thank you, Adam.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Okay, we're gonna go back and eat our chicken. I didn't finish mine.
Strawberry shortcake.
Oh, sorry.
Arkansas strawberries.
Yeah. I'll tweet you a picture.
There you go.
15.
All right. Sounds yummy. I'll be looking for it.
All right.